After nearly 1,000 miles on my Indian Super Scout, there are things I absolutely love about this motorcycle. But there are a few things that I also wish the Indian would have done differently. And the top thing that bugs me the most might just surprise you. Alright, well, welcome back to Inland Two-Way Adventures. My name is Chris, and to get started on this list, I'm going to do the things that I love first, my list of my top 5 loves, and then I'll do the list of my top 5 things that I hate about this bike after that. So coming at number 5, about the top 5 things that I love about this bike, is the fitment. I think with that forward controls and the way these handlebars are swept back to be a little bit more comfortable for touring, it's really nice for somebody that is, I'm not super tall, but I'm a little on the taller side. I'm 6 foot even with 34-inch inseam, and I do find that this bike fits me very well. Now that I've owned this for a while, it definitely fits me better than the Honda Rebel 1100 did. I thought that fit me well, but now that I've had this, I know that I'm just maybe a tiny bit, just a smidge too big for that bike. It's doable, but this is a lot more comfortable. Now coming in at 4, the top 5 things that I love about this motorcycle is the saddlebags. I think that the saddlebags look really nice. I really like that they are kind of that softer, like leathery kind of material. I think they look really premium and they match the bike really well. So the overall look and the styling of the saddlebags just kind of kicks it up a notch there. Now number 3 on the top things that I love about this motorcycle is the windshield. Now the Super Scout comes with a full windshield rather than a fairing like the Sport Scout, and the Sport Scout looks amazing with the fairing, and I had a really hard time coming to grips when I got this motorcycle over the 101 Scout that I'm not going to have the fairing. But now that I've had this a little while and I've been on a few like day trips, the full windshield, just taking care of all of that wind, is so nice. Like, I don't think I could go back. Like I said, it was hard for me to get over the fact that I wasn't getting that fairing because it looks so good with it, and it does. But gosh, that windshield is where it's at. And it's not even that tall. Indian has taller ones that I'll probably get when I do a little bit more touring. But with the height that it is, it's just enough to kind of pull. I basically have nothing right here. All the wind is being deflected up above my face mask. It's kind of hitting my forehead area, and there's not much going on my chest. It does its job. I think a taller one for some of those long trips that I have planned will be nice, and I'll probably do that one of these days. And they have shorter ones too if you want, and they're all quick release. Now coming in at number 2 for the top 5 things that I love about this bike is the technology. This motorcycle, this trim, the Super Scout in the Scout line, it has the limited package plus tech. So the limited package gives you things like cruise control, and I think you get the self-canceling turn signals in that way. You can correct me in the comments if that is standard with the Bobber and the Sport Scout 2 that do not have the limited package. I'm not sure on the self-canceling blinkers. But the other thing that you get with the tech package is this beautiful circular 3.5-inch TFT display. It's full touchscreen. It's connected over the air, and it gives you a lot of information. It tracks various things about your bike. It's just so nice. Another thing that's kind of cool is this bike has like a push button start, so you get a fob and you press the button and you're good to go. There's no more throwing a key in the bike. Not like a big deal, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Sometimes it's the little things. So the technology is cool. You also have a companion phone app that works with the ride command, or it is the ride command, I should say. And but the display, this TFT display, does not require the app to be running on your phone in order for you to get all of the features. Everything is run natively off of the TFT display, which is a stark difference from the Honda Rebel 1100. It also has connectivity and smart functions, but you have to be running the companion app on your phone actively to be able to use those functions on that bike. And that always kind of irked me, because it kind of tends to kill the battery on your phone too. This doesn't do that. The app is literally just a companion. You can use it to see where your bike location is, or to check your odometer when you're not on the bike, or you want to see your engine hours, or how many miles you have until your next service. You can log your services. That's all done through the app, but everything that you can do, your navigation, everything can just be ran right up on here on this TFT display, and it's super nice. One thing that makes riding motorcycles with my wife so much more enjoyable is being able to communicate while we're on the road. Her and I have been using Sena smart helmets for a couple of years now, and honestly, it's become one of those things that we just can't ride without. Whether you're looking for a simple Bluetooth communication system like my Sena Outrush R, or a premium setup like this new Phantom that uses mesh communication with built-in noise cancellation, Sena has options for just about every rider and every budget. Being able to talk during a ride, share directions, warn each other about road hazards, or just enjoy the ride together completely changes the experience. So if you've been looking to upgrade either your helmet or your communication system, check out Sena using the link in the description below, and use code INLANDADVENTURE to get 10% off your order. Now, the number one thing I love about this bike, and I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to keep saying it, is the looks and styling of this bike is top notch. This has got to be, I think the Scout line is, out of the mid-size cruiser category, I think it's the best looking bike on the market. And so coming in at number one of the top 5 things that I love about this motorcycle is the looks and styling. I mean, vanity is one of the major things about riding motorcycles, right? We want to like the way our bikes look. So now we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I hate about this bike. Now coming in at number 5 is, I think it has too much chrome. Like this bike was meant to be kind of a classic style. They have the Scout Classic that has, you know, the longer wheel flares and stuff like that. This is supposed to be kind of a cross between that and the Sport Scout, with a, you know, I guess more of a Sport Scout with a touring, that's more touring emphasized. But I really think that they should make a dark horse version of this motorcycle. I think it would be really cool. They don't, so it does have a lot of chrome. I'm not really a big fan of the chrome. It has grown on me. The longer I have the bike, the more of a fan I become of the way that Indian styled this bike. But I think one thing I'm going to do, and I've already kind of started talking to the dealer about this, is kind of making this kind of a pseudo dark horse version. So Indians, with some of their other bikes, they'll have a dark horse version where it's all blacked out. So I'm thinking about doing something like that, taking components from other versions of the Scout and then putting them on this to kind of darken it up a little bit. I won't make it like a full dark horse because some of the chrome accents I do like, but that's just something that I'm kind of thinking about doing. I've started the conversation with the dealer to see, hey, is this possible? Are there, you know, I have some certain parts that I would want to get the blacked out version of, so we'll see. Stay tuned. If I'm able to do it, you guys will be the first to see. Now coming in at number 4 for the top 5 things that I don't like about this bike is the saddlebags don't lock. The saddlebags look nice on this motorcycle. I think they're a great look. They're really premium looking and feeling with that kind of soft, kind of leathery material. But I feel like for the price point of this motorcycle, they really should lock. I don't care if they're detachable. That would be a nice feature too, sure. But really, they should lock. I mean, the Honda Rebel 1100T gives you locking hard saddlebags. And sure, they're not as nice looking on the bike as these are on this bike. But like I said, these should lock. So coming in at number 4, locking saddlebags, I think it's a must-have for this price point. Now coming in at number 3 for the top 5 things that I hate about this bike is I do think that the exhaust is a little too quiet. It doesn't sound bad, It doesn't sound like absolutely amazing, but it doesn't sound bad. But I really wish, and I feel like I said this in the video that I made on this subject with the Honda Rebel 1100, it's probably, these days, stock bikes, it's going to be a common complaint. We all wish they're a little bit louder off the showroom floor. I really wish that this one was too, especially now that I put that Kaufman's exhaust on the Honda Rebel 1100 that we have. When my wife and I are riding together and she's riding that, her bike sounds so much better and louder than mine, and I just can't have that. So that will be something that I'll be addressing here very shortly. But if I'm honest, I'm going to put that in on my list of the top 5 things that I don't like about this bike. Now, coming in at number 2, the top 5 things I hate about this bike is the heat of the engine. So I bought this motorcycle in early March, so I didn't notice it right away, but this bike, this engine gets really hot, and it's designed, I've looked into this, it's designed to run hot, but you really feel it on your legs. And it kind of freaked me out the first time, where I was like, gosh, it's really getting real hot down there. And you got that, you got the headers right there and everything, but yeah, it really does heat you up. I got uncomfortable with the placement of my cup holder. I had it on the right hand side like I do on my Rebel 1100, but with the header was pretty close to it, and it got so hot that I got a little uncomfortable. I moved it to the left hand side to make it, it's still hot there too, but it's a little bit better. There's not a header right there. But so yeah, coming in number 2, the engine runs really hot, and you do feel it on your legs. That's something to note if you're looking to buy this bike. Now, the top thing that I hate most about my Indian Super Scout, this is going to surprise you, it's the fuel gauge. The fuel gauge drives me crazy. I don't know if it drives other people crazy. I haven't seen anybody complain about it. I might be the first, or maybe I just haven't seen it. But the fuel gauge is kind of crazy because I feel like it lags. Like, it'll show you have a half a tank, or sorry, it'll show that you have a full tank, or maybe you have 3/4 of a tank, and then all of a sudden your fuel light's on. Like, this fuel light was not on when I started it earlier. It said that I had above a half a tank, and then all of a sudden I need gas, and it doesn't tell you the range when the fuel light comes on. So I'm thinking it's somewhere between 50 and 60 miles, similar to the Honda Rebel 1100, but I can't tell you for sure. Maybe I'll do a range test and find out, and maybe run this thing out of gas someday, but that's not what I'm going to do today. Right now I'm just complaining about things. So but the gas gauge does drive me a little crazy. I feel like it lags. I feel like it lies to me a little bit. It says you got way more gas than you do, and then you get going, and then it turns out all of a sudden your range is low. And so I do think that is also something, if you're looking into this bike, you should take note of, because you really need to plan ahead if you're going on a trip and you might have some spacing between gas stations. If I would just top off. I would just top off, because I don't know that you can actually trust the gas gauge and the range to tell you exactly what you have. Now, maybe as time goes on, it'll work itself out a little bit better, but and maybe over time I'll update you on this. But I do think that should be said, and that should be noted for all of you interested in getting this bike. So there you have it. That's my top 5 loves and the top 5 hates that I have on this motorcycle. Now, do the loves outweigh the hates? Absolutely. In fact, I actually had to dig pretty deep to find 5 things I don't like about this bike. Indian really knocked it out of the park with the Super Scout, and I don't regret buying it for a second. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of my list? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And if you own a Super Scout, go ahead and put it in the comments what you love or what you hate about your bike. A very special thank you to all of our channel members for supporting Inland 208 Adventures. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Inland Northwest adventures and, of course, Indian Scout content. Just like in this video right over here, where I pit the Indian Super Scout against the Honda Rebel 1100 in an all-out battle to decide once and for all which one is best. I'll see you there.